Hey all, welcome to the last part of our Communicating with Children Parenting series. And today's part, I told you all in the last talk that is a little more important from my point of view because this involves that aspect which I don't think even 5 or 10% of the entire parenting population is adopting or would want to adopt. But I have adopted this. Why did I adopt this? Well, let me give you a little background about it. So these are those aspects, these are those things about our lives as parents, as individuals, like um, as those teens that we were once, with what we have done. So we as teens also have done our part of fun, or have had our part of thrill, have had our part of journey. So as teens, we have also disobeyed our parents in a lot of ways, and today we laugh at it and we feel that okay, it was an adventurous journey and it was a thrill, and it was great doing that and doing this. So we did all that and we felt that okay, it wasn't bad, and we call it fun, we call it a great age and a great era. But today when we think of our child disobeying us, we are scared. We are scared and we feel like oh my god, my child is going to literally do this. And I mean, what if my child is put in trouble? Naturally you are worried, like naturally you are now at the other side, right? So you never thought of those things when you were a child and you wanted to disobey your parents, but now you're thinking of these things when your child is in that phase. One thing that I feel what prevented or what made me become a rebel was the lack of transparency, the lack of communication between me and my parents, the lack of transparency wherein they never revealed that they also felt like doing that, but why they didn't do it. I felt like they belong to some different world and I belong to a different world, and I can't just relate to them. Like I can't relate to what they are talking. I want to do all the things. I want to have fun the way my generation is having fun. And why are my parents so preventive and why are my parents so protective? I could never relate to them, but they never revealed to me the things that, well, they also had the temptations, they also had the the fantasies in them, but they never went beyond it because of certain problems or why they didn't want to and how they are reaping the fruits of it. Those things they never openly told us. In fact, all that the parents always said that okay, they were the most obedient people, they considered their parents as god, and you are supposed to do that. Honestly, I really found that very unrealistic. I did not find that normal, and I didn't want to do that, honestly. So today I tell my child that no, I have lied for things like going for a movie. I have lied for things like just going and hanging around with friends, because even that was a concept not quite applicable to my parents. They thought it was useless. Like if you don't have work, you're not supposed to go and simply hang around. Like once in a blue moon it's good, but not like always. And for me, friends were a very important and very integral part of my life. So when I was doing that, I didn't feel anything wrong. I didn't feel like I was doing anything wrong. So I would coolly give a very stupid reason. I would just lie and I would just go. Now I had to tell these things to my children, and that of course this thing came to my mind that my children are going to really feel that okay, my mom is such a big liar. I mean, my mom would lie for such petty things, and I also happened to tell them things that probably I never realized back then. So then I told them that I was lying, I was doing all the fun, I was having fun, but I was not able to completely have fun because that when you lie, something within you is not happy. Something within you is not convinced because you have lied. And if you are so sure that you're not doing the wrong thing, then why didn't I have the courage to speak it up and tell my parents that, look, I'm just going and meeting friends and I would want to go. So please, I'm going. That's it. I mean, you have to let me go. Please understand and let me go. So there could have been a communication when I could have made my parents understand my point of view, and I would have said the truth and still gone. But I didn't have the guts. I didn't have the courage. I didn't have the confidence in me to do that. So I try. So I know that the issue was not of me going and speaking the lie. The issue was not of me speaking of me going against them. The issue was, the most concerning issue for me as a psychologist was, my lack of self confidence. And I strongly believe that this thing, when it starts with you as a parent, when it starts with your child and you together, the child will have these confidence issues with lot of other things in life, and that is dangerous. What scares me the most is that if you are heart of hearts at this point in time convinced about your truth, that what you're doing is not wrong, learn to speak it up, learn to talk it out, learn to convince the other person, learn to come up with an assertive communicative technique, because it's important to put across your views. It's very important to, and especially if that's your family and you are answerable to them, so do it. So I feel bad about not being able to do that at that age. Of course I do it now, but I was not able to do it at that age, which I completely regret. And I feel it was lack of understanding, and no one was there to teach me that how do you become assertive. So today my entire effort with my teen population of my teen client is that I make them go and communicate with their parents, because parents are still going to be in that zone wherein they feel reluctant in telling about their truths, but I at least want the children to initiate it. But today in this particular video, parents, I am going to appeal to all of you all to please start taking that initiative and start becoming a little transparent about your past and telling the child that what were the consequences of you doing whatever you did, both the ways, and making a child understand that what was the lack in you that made you do those things which you don't appreciate it right now. See, when I'm saying or labeling it as a dark secret or a secret or a thing that I don't want to discuss, that means there is something about it that I'm not happy about. There is something about that whole particular thing that I don't like it. But what I don't like about it, I need to actually pinpoint it first, make myself understand, and eventually make my children understand, because it's very important that my children understand that when I said those things or when I did those things, I was lacking somewhere. It was a lack on my part. See, I couldn't probably go and change my parents, but if I would have had the confidence in me that okay, I can just talk to my parents and it's not a big deal, they wouldn't have killed me. But I didn't have the courage to do that. So I tell my parents, when I tell my children a lot, little of these things, I know it can be misused against me. They can come and tell me tomorrow that okay, you did this, a big deal, you're telling us this. But I need to trust them. You need to do that. If you want to gain their trust, you need to trust them first. And I feel it's okay to admit your mistakes. Like it's already done. You can't undo it. I can't say that it is not the truth. By hiding it, I'm not really doing anything great. So I tell them, and I also make them understand that I want you to have that transparency in me. I might be of a generation, we have a generation gap, and I might not be able to understand your point of view. But if you can try and make me understand, it'll be great for both of us. At least I'm not going to feel hurt that you went against me, and you will feel happy that okay, you convinced me. So for maintaining, for attaining to that transparency levels, it's important, parents, that you reveal your life to them at appropriate time. Of course, you need to look at your child's maturity levels. Those there are a few disclaimers which you have to understand, but try doing it. It's really not that bad. Okay, so parents, this topic can really go for like 4 5 sessions, because there is a lot to discuss about this topic. But today I'll just end this on a little note that the thing for being a amazing parent, especially when your child comes in the teen, it's important that you start talking what you were like in your teen, whether you were good or bad or whatever, and don't try to tell them what you did physically. Try to tell them what happened to you emotionally. Try to tell them what happened to you at a subconscious level. That is what they want to know. They want to know the psychological lows and highs you felt at each time. This is when they will associate, when they want to take a step. Thank you.